I'm really excited. I'm honored. I've never been, I don't think I've ever spoken such a fancy technology and everything. This is cool. I feel like I finally arrived as a speaker, and I see the clock is ticking, and I'm going to waste like at least 12 minutes and then go really fast at the end of the speech. Don't you guys like when they do that? How many people here are students? Raise your hand. Awesome. So are you in, have you ever been in class here at Life where the teacher says, I'm not going to go over this because you're going to do it next quarter? And then next quarter you get there and the teacher goes, we're not going to do this because you did it last quarter. That's what I'm going to do tonight. Just go really quick, and at the end I'm going to say we're not going to go through it. I'm a little nervous because I was at Life Leadership all day. If you haven't seen me around, I apologize, but I was at Life Leadership, and I'm a little intimidated because I've been hanging out with Dr. Riekman all day. And I could listen to him speak all day long. I have a little bit of a chiropractic crush on Dr. Riekman. I could just picture us sitting at the house on the couch, and he's reading the Chinese menu to me, and I'm like, can you go into a little bit more detail about number 7? What was number 7 again? So I'm not sure if I could do as well as him. I always learn something. It's always amazing. I'm taking pictures of the PowerPoint. It's just crazy. Unbelievable. But I'm really excited to be here. Real quick, turn to the person next to you, say, we're going to have some fun. Maybe we're going to learn something. Awesome. Great. All right, now let's see if we can. So I'm not really sure about this. A chiropractic confusion, frustration, and chagrin, a love story. This is my story about chiropractic. I'm really excited to be going after the last doctor because she was talking about finding your niche practice, and that's a little bit about what my speech is about, is not finding your niche practice, but being who you are. Okay? So I put a lot of slides up here. Dr. Lamar said to me, you got like 68 slides on there, man. I'm like, don't worry, I don't use them all, okay? I just like to make slides on PowerPoint. It's like really exciting for me. I don't know. So let's see what the next slide is. I don't even remember. So we got the green, there we go. So who am I? What are my qualifications to speak to you? Dr. Gary Scardino, awesome, right? Oh, that reminds me, take a lot of pictures of me so I don't have to pay anybody later on to take professional shots, and I can put this on my website. I'm a chiropractor in Bucks County, Pennsylvania. I'm all over the place. Talk about a niche practice. I've got like 8 niches going on at the same time. I can't decide what I want to do except help people out and adjust them and just be there for them. So I'm a chiropractor. I don't know, I do nutritional response testing, so I guess I'm a nutritionist. I have a diplomate in addiction recovery with Dr. Jay Holder's program, so I guess I tell people that I'm an addiction specialist. Dr. Holder uses the word addictionologist. Don't use that word, okay? It's not good. You don't get a good reaction from people who are in the addiction field. And I'm also, I'm a coach. I'm a coach, not really a chiropractic coach, although, you know, I will coach you guys if you want, but I'm a John Maxwell certified coach, if you guys know who John Maxwell is. And it just is another thing that I do in my office. So if it could help somebody in my practice, I do it. And I have a program that I do. If you guys want to learn more about it later on, I could explain it to you. It's really awesome. And I have a problem with money. So and asking for money and stuff. So the program's really expensive, but when you come up and ask me about it, I'm going to give it to you for like no money at all. So if you're interested in that, come up and talk to me later on, okay? Because that's definitely one of my issues. All right. So Dee Palmer said that procrastination is the thief of health. I'm going to stop procrastinating my talk, and we'll see where we can go from here. So I love being a chiropractor. That's the number one thing I want you guys to understand. It's going to sound like I'm complaining in a little while. It's going to sound like I'm whining. It's going to sound like I'm really not happy being a chiropractor. I love being a chiropractor. Don't get confused at all during my talk, okay? It's one of the things I love to do. I love Life University. I loved being here, going to school. I feel happy, I feel healthy, I feel terrific, right? You just meet a lot of people that went to Life, sometimes older people like my age. I know I don't look that old, but, and they say, oh, Life on Atlanta, and we didn't like it. I don't know, have you ever met anybody like that? That's not me. My wife and I loved Atlanta. We had a baby here in Atlanta, so, you know, I had a lot of fun while I was in Atlanta. It wasn't that bad for me. You know, today at Life Leadership, they were talking about how hard classes are and you have to study a lot, and I kept looking at my son going, don't worry about it. It's not that. And he's looking at me going, you made it. And I'm like, yeah, I know. It took me 7 years, but it's okay. So anyway, I enjoyed my time down here. I still love being you know, involved in Life. I don't get down here as much as I'd love to, but I'd like to influence you guys to do that, stay involved. So anyway, why am I here? I'm here to tell you the truth. In my practice, being a doctor of chiropractic, telling people the truth is very difficult. It's very difficult to talk to patients. It's hard to tell people the truth and be honest in a dishonest world. Have you guys ever found that? You know about chiropractic, you know about innate intelligence, you know about the truth, and you're telling people that and they don't believe you, they don't get it, they don't understand it. People are so used to being lied to that they don't even believe you when you're telling them the truth. Okay? You can actually tell people the truth now and they won't even believe you. Look, I'm not even used to having this fancy thing I keep turning around. Okay. There you go. They're going to tell you this drug may not help you at all, cause diarrhea, pain, dizziness, insomnia, all the symptoms you have, and the thing that you have is probably going to get worse. And people will still take the drug because they don't believe it. Well, that's not going to happen to me. It happened in the studies, but it's not going to happen to me, right? Oh, yeah, and you might kill yourself or someone else. If this happens, please call your doctor. So when they come into our office, and then they have the nerve to say to us, is this chiropractic adjustment dangerous? I have to ask my MD if I could come to you first. I'm going to wait and see if it works on my friend first. It's annoying. It drives me crazy. It's very frustrating. I haven't done anything different but get adjusted, and I'm feeling better. Right? I know I haven't pooped in 8 months, and you adjusted me, and I went to the bathroom, but I don't think it had anything to do with that. I just happened to clear out today. That was the thing that happened to me. It doesn't make any sense to me, okay? So I came up with a question. Again, I love being a chiropractor, don't get confused. So I've got a question. I got two questions. One is, can you adjust mean? Can you adjust mean? Can you adjust somebody and they're not mean yet? All the doctors in the office, have you ever had somebody come into your office and they're just mean and grumpy and terrible, and you adjust them, and like 2 days later, they're happy, they love you, they're hugging other patients, right? Well, I mean, again, you haven't pooped in 5 months. I would be mean too, right? So can you adjust mean? Dr. Fred Barge, some of my quotes are real, by the way. You guys can figure out which ones they are. Everyone in the office thinks you're an obnoxious jerk, but I just think you're subluxated at your C1 vertebra. Real quote. Can you adjust stupid? Now that has been my dilemma my whole entire practice. Because I feel like I can help mean, but I'm having so much trouble with stupid. They come into the office and they say these ridiculous things. When I was getting ready for this presentation, my wife was talking to a neighbor of ours. It's a very good friend. She goes to the doctor in September with a cough, and he gives her cough medicine. Who gives people cough medicine anymore? The FDA doesn't even give cough medicine anymore. So the cough gets worse, and they give her antibiotics. Don't even check to see if it's a bacteria or anything. That gets worse. Now they have steroids. And my wife says, she's on steroids. My wife says, go see my husband. He'll check you out. He'll fix you. He'll help you. Oh, no, I have total faith in my doctor. He'll figure this out. I mean, come on. How stupid can you be? It's not working. Stop going to him, all right? It doesn't make any sense. They say that you attract what you are. So I must be stupid, cheap, and I don't understand chiropractic. Because it seems that's all I attract in my practice is stupid people who don't want to pay for chiropractic and keep saying, I understand, but they don't get it. Very frustrating, very frustrating. I dream of opening an ice cream shop. That's how frustrated I am. Okay, I really do. I want to open up. I have dreams at night of opening an ice cream shop. No one has ever asked me if this insurance will cover my ice cream cone. Not once. They don't ask me, is this ice cream going to make me feel better? They know that ice cream's going to make them feel better. They don't even question it. The problem is when I dream about opening up an ice cream shop, there's always a problem. And the problem is that there's always a chiropractic table in the corner of my ice cream shop. I can see it now. I'm scooping ice cream, and somebody comes in and says, Doc, can I get adjusted? I go, absolutely. And I start adjusting them. So whenever I get really frustrated with being in practice, and I start thinking about doing something else, whatever it is, I'm adjusting during it. I have an ice cream shop, I'm adjusting. I open up a car wash, I'm adjusting. I can't get away from adjusting. But I love being a chiropractor. That's the whole thing. Chiropractors becoming nurses freaks me out, okay? I met this guy, he says to me, oh, I was a chiropractor, but that didn't work for me. What do you mean it didn't work for you? I couldn't make any money. I went back to school to be a nurse. Now I work overnights. Overnights! 6 o'clock at night until 6 o'clock in the morning. I said, how much money do you make as a nurse? He goes, oh, I make $45,000 a year. You could be a one-armed blind chiropractor and make $45,000 a year, guys. Okay? You could be the mother of quadruplets and make $45,000 a year, okay? When was the last time you went into practice? May. I made $45,000 last year. Don't quit chiropractic, okay? It doesn't make any sense. Wow, that clock is ticking. The number one thing I want to tell you guys, this is my usual talk, and I added like 10 slides at the end of it. We're not going to get to them. I want to let you guys know that for me, being able to adjust my family is worth the price of admission. If there's one thing about I love being a chiropractor, it's that I get to adjust my family. So, you know, my good friend Sharon Gorman, I remember always saying, my kids could be anything they want. After they finish chiropractic school, they can go to any college they want. And I have that same thought process. And again, thank God, my son is over at Life Leadership. He's thinking about it, but I'm excited, you know. It's great, but I love adjusting my family. I know that my life is different. I know that my parents' lives are different. I know that my children's lives are different just because I adjust my family. So you guys could just tell people, go to chiropractic school. It's unbelievable. You're going to be able to adjust your family. We went to a Giant game last week, and we're in the parking lot, and my son goes, I need to get adjusted. And I adjusted him in the parking lot. You know, complained about the copay, but I still adjusted him. So here's the thing I want to learn today. I want to learn? Yeah, I want to learn it because I'm still not sure. The thing is, I want you guys to know, part of my point of my story is that you got to know how to practice your own way. There's a lot of confusion in chiropractic when you come to seminars and you see people on stage. They're talking about being a pure chiropractor, a subluxation-based chiropractor. Don't be this, don't be that. I want you guys to figure out what it is that you want to do, and I want you to be happy at it. Because when you go to some of these seminars, you hear people say that they're adjusting 1,000 people a week. Or they're getting 100 new patients a week, but they're only adjusting 50 people a week. I don't know how that's happening, because if I had 1,000 new patients a week, I'd be seeing 10 million people, right? Through the math. Unbelievable. But the thing is, people get all bent out of shape. I heard a speech one time by Reggie Gold. You guys know who Reggie Gold is? He had a huge chart up on the wall with all these graphs and all these lines and boxes. He was trying to discuss what a straight chiropractor was. And when you got to the end of the graph, it was just him. Nobody else. Nobody else could be a straight chiropractor. You just can't do it. You can't do it, okay? So don't worry about that stuff. I know there's a lot of students in the room, so I'm speaking to you guys. They make these huge claims, right? Huge claims. Everybody's got a huge claim. They're doing all kinds of stuff. All right. Does it even matter? Is the world going to come to an end? No, it's not. In my office, I do an addiction recovery program. I do nutrition. I do auricular therapy. I do exercise, and I do the certified coaching. And guess what? I talk about it from the stage because it's what I do. If you come visit me in my office, that's what you're going to see me doing. It's all subluxation-based. It's all got to start with that. Just those two words there drive people crazy. What do you mean subluxation-based? What does that mean? It's subluxation-based. Starts with the brain and the nervous system. Keep that in mind. Keep that at the heart of what you guys are doing, and you're going to be fantastic. Dee Dee Palmer said, I'm going to empty the asylums with chiropractic. That is a real quote right there. So I do addiction recovery in my office. Am I really doing addiction recovery? No, I'm doing chiropractic. You know, I'm removing subluxations. You know, people feel better. They have less cravings. They feel better in their skin. They have bigger breakthroughs in what they're doing. You know? And then sometimes I see people that say to me, how come you're not doing just regular chiropractic? Get over it, all right, buddy? We're all helping people. I want you guys to understand that, all right? And if I touch the point there and you guys get that understanding, some of you know, you guys are in school yet, you might not be feeling that yet, you know? Everyone has a purpose, even if it is only to serve as a bad example. So if that's you, I got a quote from my friend Sharon Gorman. I told you were in here. She feels bad for MDs because they tell patients how to die and chiropractors tell them how to live. I learned that at one of her focus events. Sharon Gorman does a great event in Atlanta and in the Poconos, Focus. And I do an event in New Jersey in February called Chiropractic Friends. I created it for one reason, just to hang out with chiropractors. We usually have one speaker. Nobody even wants to go see him. We just want to eat. We want to hang out. We want to have fun. It was great. Dr. Guy was one of my speakers one time. I was pissed there was other people in the room. I wanted to be alone with him, but I love hanging out with chiropractors. That's the point there. So Chiropractic Friends, that's coming up in February. I do a program, I only got 2 minutes left, but I do a program called Unchain Your Power Potential. That's the thing that I said if anybody was interested, come ask me about it. Another great quote from Sid. But the point of my story, you're all right just the way you are, guys. All right? Figure it out. Have fun with it. We don't all have to be seeing 300 a week. We don't all have to be seeing 500 a week, okay? No matter who you're adjusting, you're changing the world. All right? You're not alone. You're not the only one. I learned how to do these things where it comes in. So you see, I got a couple of those. I speak for the little practice, okay? I'd like to have a little bit of a bigger practice. I admit it. You know, we can always do better, but I'm happy for the most part where we are. Chiropractic is the greatest profession in the world. The students, the doctors, people that are out there, don't get frustrated. All right? I'd rather be a chiropractor than anything else. I think I've already made that point. I mean, I love ice cream, but I don't know if I want to leave chiropractic yet. All right? Dr. Sid, keep on keeping on. I got a great story about Dr. Sid in that quote if you guys want to hear it later on. Come over to my room. Guy and I will be there. So whether you're seeing 100 a day or 100 a month, you're still changing the world, guys. Even if you're just adjusting your babies and your kids, you're still changing the world. All right? So keep that in mind. Stay close to the source. Be the best you can be right now, okay? Keep improving. Keep trying. Keep adjusting. Thank you very much.